Sup, Riveter Nation. It's a little bit of a different intro. We're at the shoreline. There's about to be a hurricane. Alright, Riveter Nation, there's a hurricane coming. Vroom, vroom, vroom. Yep. So yeah, I decided to come out to the shoreline and get you guys some footage. I mean, it wasn't really super great. It's just some people walking their dogs, walking their children. Most of you guys know by now that I reside and I live in Houston. I'm a fairly new motorcycle rider, so if you're new to the channel, welcome. My name is Halo the Riveter. I'm a new rider making videos for new riders from a new rider perspective. All right, so there's a hurricane coming, and I don't have to work tomorrow, so I decided to, you know, come out and get some fresh air while we still can. It's ridiculous. We got COVID hitting us. Last week, wait, is it right here? Yeah, last week we were told that two storms are going to come and possibly become a superstorm. But turns out that the storm that was supposed to hit us, Marco died out. He was afraid. He didn't want to come to the great state of Texas, which is great with me. But Laura, however, Laura is a category 4 at this current point. So I'm actually recording. This is Wednesday evening. Laura is scheduled to make landfall Wednesday night or early Thursday morning at about midnight. So I do what all good old Texans do, you know, we just make sure we're prepared. You know, the reason that I chose, I mean, I live right by the shoreline, about 7 miles from this shoreline, and you know, we were told that it was going to be a category 3, which, you know, you don't want to be in the path of a category 3 storm for the most part, but just watching the trajectory of the storm, she has shifted more east, so more towards Louisiana than good old Texas. So that was good news for me. You know, I don't have to pack up the house, board up the windows, and leave. Leaving my possessions to be possibly looted. She's more east. You know, I wish Louisiana luck, and I wish whoever she's actually going to hit luck in these next coming hours and days. I hope that, you know, she kind of dissipates as much as she can. You know, everybody thinks that, oh my gosh, we want a storm. No, we don't want a storm. We don't like it. It's not fun. It's like Tornado Valley. You don't want tornadoes. It's not fun. You're not gonna rebuild. That's what we're gonna do. We don't like doing that. We gotta work. We like to keep our money in the bank. But yeah, so I decided to come down here, and I actually thought I was recording earlier for you guys the way down over here, or the ride down. There was a lot of wind. I was very uncomfortable with the amount of wind that was coming up. You know, that was a different kind of feeling. But yeah, for the most part, I came out a little bit earlier because I left work a little earlier. Sorry, dude, I wasn't your cup of tea. Sheesh. And decided, you know what, to try to get some footage for you guys. If you are watching and you're in the Houston area, I wish you guys luck. You know, I wish you and your family luck while you're faring through the storm. But for the most part, it's been a really great ride. Besides the wind, which was really kind of scary. The wind factor was definitely scary, which is good. You know, I'm always harping and preaching on, you want to be confident in your motorcycle ride, but you don't want to be overly confident where you need to, you know, be brought down a few pegs. You know, pride goeth before the fall. That's literally it. And I have a huge problem with pride. I'll be the first to admit it. But you know, coming down here, I was really nervous because there's going to be a lot more cars on the road, you know, because usually I'm out here, if I'm not here in the early morning, my rides are going to be in the later evening, and there's less cars. People have already gone home, but it's a little bit of a unique circumstance now because people are either have evacuated, they're leaving home from work as fast as they can to get supplies, or, you know, just going about their business. So I didn't want to be caught up in people who are, you know, in a rush. I can't rip bomb in there. I didn't want to be caught up with people who were in a rush, you know, and not really paying attention to what they were doing. Dude, are you gonna just finally turn? But the ride over here has not been bad for the most part. It's been a comfortable ride, and that's what I'm really happy. I really want to, you know, kind of take a minute to tell you guys, like, I always thought, and you know, I am still a new rider, so don't for any reason think that I think, or I'm disillusioned that I'm the best rider and oh my gosh, I'm comfortable so I can go anywhere. Hail to the no. I'm still on this little back road because you know why? I know what my limits and my capabilities are. So, but I'm very happy with my progress. You know, as soon as I've buckled down and told myself, you know, you're gonna ride and we're gonna just, you know, take it and go from here. I've taken my riding serious. I've set goals for myself, and it's been great. It's really been amazing to kind of just see my progress. You know, I would have never taken this ride. I would be like, no, there's way too many cars on the road. It's very uncertain. I'm not going. But today's ride has been great, other than that heavy wind that has been kind of scaring me a bit, tossing me around a little bit. And I got the bigger bike today, even though they weigh the same. Her and Onyx weigh the same, but Onyx, for those of you who don't know, is my Street 500. But yeah, it's been a great ride, and I'm really happy with it. You know, once I've like I said, I harp on this so many times. You don't want to be super confident, but give yourself that relaxation and that, oh my gosh, the road is freedom. Initially, when you're riding, the road does not feel like freedom at all. The road feels like it's scary. I mean, you have so many elements going into riding. You know, your hand controls, your foot controls, your lane position, how you're tucked, whether you're not tucked. You know, it's amazing. It's a lot that goes into riding, but it's been great. Like I said, I wanted to kind of gather some footage prior to Laura hitting the greater Houston area, and then possibly get some footage after Laura has kind of rampaged through us. I mean, if you've never been through a hurricane, if you're watching this, it's not a fun thing to go through. I've lived in the Houston area for a while, and I've been through two major hurricanes. I've been through Rita, which was right after Katrina, that devastated Louisiana. Everybody fled, everybody left. I was still a kid then, so of course my parents, we all evacuated. Katrina had literally just hit Louisiana and left them in shambles. So when Rita was, you know, scheduled to come hit Houston, everybody left. I think it was like the biggest evacuation in U.S. history. You know, it was horrible. Usually from Houston to San Antonio, you're looking at about 3 hours. It took us 14 hours. I'm gonna say 14 hours to get there. It was ridiculous. Freeways were at a standstill. This was how bad it was. Okay, you're leaving the city, you have to go pee, so you would leave your car that is parked on the freeway, walk across the opposite side of the freeway because there's no traffic going into the city, go pee at whatever local business will let you in across the freeway, come back and get in your car, and your car had maybe moved 5 feet if you were lucky. So I mean, and then Ike was kind of a wash. Oh, and Harvey, I forgot about Harvey. 3 major hurricanes. It's gonna be the 4th. Feeling like a real Houstonian. Oh, that bayou smells like ass. Gosh. So yeah, I wanted to, you know, if you've never been through a hurricane before, it's not a great experience. The one that actually was very, very terrifying, besides Harvey, which was in the nearest past or the recent past, Harvey was bad because we got the storm and then we just got buckets and buckets and buckets of rain. It wasn't even buckets, man. It was torrential downpours day after day following that storm. So Houston is a swamp, you know, and so the water has nowhere to go. We just built a city on a swamp, so the water was just coming in and it had nowhere to go. It's a bad place to be, and that's why, you know, that's why Harvey was so devastating for us. Ike wasn't bad, but I stayed for Ike. Ike was kind of bad, you know. I was still, of course, a young kid, and you know, we had a long, tall pine trees outside, and they fell on top of the house, or the part of the house that we were all cramped in. We had a visiting family staying with us, you know, one of our church families staying with us, and you know, it was terrifying. It was scary. We all ended up going from the living room to sleeping in the hallway of our house. You know, the hallway that literally led from the kitchen to one of the main chillaxing areas. And it was, how many of us? It was 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of us that slept in a hallway. That, man, good times. And then after that, We had MREs, meals ready to eat. I don't know if you guys, I mean, if you've been in the military, you guys will know what those are. If you haven't served in the military, if you haven't been forced to eat them, they're not bad, you know. They're literally like vacuum sealed food, and it's very dehydrated. You pour water in it, add some heat on that hoe, and you go, man. It's not bad, especially if you know you're in dire need of it. After that, the stores were horrible. My mom and my sisters and the family that stayed with us, their mom, they would go to the store. What happened was you were accompanied by an employee by a flashlight because there was no electricity. So they accompanied you by a flashlight to go pick your things, fill up, you know, they checked your limitations on every item, and then you left. And you had to wait, you know, in line to get in. It was horrendous. What I can compare that to is COVID. COVID, you know, for those of you who haven't watched my video that I explained what happened during COVID for me personally, I was furloughed on my job. I guess that's the correct thing. You know, they kind of told us we don't have any work because I'm in the medical field, but not the very important medical field. So we were kind of told not to be conducting business. So we had no business. We had to go home, and we can, you know, get paid by our accumulated PTO. But once that ran out, we were kind of on our own, and you know, just depended on any unemployment that we'd possibly get. And so I was, you know, we on our PTO, things were uncertain. We didn't know how many months we were going to be shut down for. My parents actually lived in China for a little while, and they were shut down for a few months out there. And so we were expecting that in the U.S. But what ended up happening is what I did is I picked up another job. I'll say that job in quotation marks because people probably won't consider it a real job. I was doing shift, which is delivering groceries to people, and that's what I had to do every morning. I would wake up at 6 a.m., go stand in line because people needed groceries, they needed toilet paper, and I would, you know, shop someone's groceries and deliver it. It's basically an Uber for groceries. So that's what I did for COVID, to, you know, make sure that there was no deviation in my pay, and that once my pay ran out and unemployment didn't come through, that, you know, I was able to put food on the table and keep a roof over my head. So, you know, that's the thing that I can compare it to. So Houstonians are very much traumatized by these storms, and I do not blame them, you know. For the most part, you know, for now, what I can do is live in the present and enjoy this beautiful ride. You know, this is amazing. I feel the wind. It's not super bad here. There's not a lot of people on the road. Enjoy it. For those of you guys who sat along for my horrendous storytelling, I really appreciate it. Thank you. Like I said, I'm going to try to upload, post Laura, and see how that goes. If that happens before Freedom Friday, great. If not, then I'm going to try to upload it as fast as I can. But if you like this video, please give me that thumbs up. It helps my channel. If you like me, hit that subscribe button. And if you want more notifications or more videos from me, go ahead and hit that bell icon once you hit that subscribe button, and it will alert you. YouTube will alert you whenever I'm uploading new videos, more content. So thanks for checking out. Thanks for chilling with me. I appreciate it. Hope you guys have a good rest of your day. You know, stay safe if you're in Houston, if you're in Texas, if you're in Louisiana, if you're in any harm's way, stay safe, you guys. Always ride safe, always forward motion, rubber side down. I appreciate it. I love you, my motorcycle family. Deuces.